Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 1 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now, ECVC is celebrating National Disability Employment Awareness Month. Eastern Carolina Vocational Center Incorporated, or ECVC, is joining other organizations across the country in recognizing October as National Disability Employment Awareness Month. This year's theme is celebrating value and talent. Now, ECVC says that since the organization's establishment in 1965, this month's cause has been their year-long mission. Jason Thomas, the president and CEO of ECVC, said, quote, ECVC continues to answer the call for our nation's military and all our customers. The last 2 years have been among the most successful in our history. One of the driving forces behind our success is the strength of our team members who demonstrate each day that disabilities are not disqualifiers. One of our goals is to help every employer in Pitt County realize the value that employees with disabilities can bring to their workforce, end quote. Now, this year marks the 80th anniversary of Awareness Month's establishment by the U.S. Department of Labor. ECVC invites the community to join their celebration in supporting the efforts to build more inclusive workforces. And then we are, of course, into October. Got the pumpkin already, but we are getting closer and closer to the holiday season. And we'd like to announce that WITN, yet again, is a proud drop-off spot for the Toys for Tots donation drive. This year, anyone wishing to donate can bring new unwrapped toys to the WITN studio in Greenville on Arlington Boulevard. Donations can be dropped off at the WITN lobby between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday, starting November 17th and running through Friday, December 12th. Those requesting toys must apply in person and only to one agency where you live. Organizers ask families to only submit one application. For a full list of agencies and contact information, you can follow a link on our website, WITN.com. Toys for Tots is sponsored by Two Men in a Truck, Hardy Massey and Blogget LLP, and 264 Shoes and Apparel. And finally, I want to highlight your weather forecast. It's still pretty breezy out there today. The winds are whipping around at anywhere between around 10 up to around 25 miles an hour sustained. But it's not just the winds, the cloud cover's coming through as well. But we've got some breaks in the clouds. We're certainly seeing a little bit of sunshine at times. This is a view through our camera overlooking the Pungo River in Belhaven. Still a little bit gray, but again, We've seen some breaks there that have allowed that sunshine to pour through. Right now, the light green you're seeing across southern Craven, southern Pamlico, and across Carteret counties, not really looking like actual raindrops falling. We may have a little bit of some drizzle around those areas, but for the most part, again, things are certainly drying out from what we had earlier this morning. Current air temperatures right now reading in the low to mid 70s throughout most of eastern North Carolina, but a few of us are heating up a little bit beyond just the mid 70s. Currently 77 degrees in Kenansville as well as New Bern. We do have 68 degrees still showing up though in Roanoke Rapids. Hanging on to those cooler air temperatures up near the Virginia line, but winds present throughout the area. From the Outer Banks all the way to I-95, winds are breezy today. Right now, sustained winds generally around 10 to 20 miles an hour across most of the east, with higher numbers present along our coastline. And that's where we run into some gusts that are between around 35 up to 40 miles an hour. That is right. We've got a 40 mile an hour gust in Elizabeth City, 38 in Hatteras as well as Beaufort, 37 in Piney Island. So again, winds are a concern today, going to lead to some more ocean overwash, more high surf advisories along our coastline, and more of that possibility of just coastal flooding as we get closer and closer to high tide, which should happen around 3:30 today. Some areas may get their high tide a little bit before that. Others may get it a little bit after. But around that 3:30 mark is when most beaches, again, are going to be experiencing the highest tides of the day. Now, the two hurricanes, well, one of them is now no longer a hurricane. Humberto is now a remnant low, but Imelda actually now a Category 2 hurricane, both working their way away from eastern North Carolina over the next few days. That will allow high pressure to build in, and that's going to keep us sunny as we wrap up the week. Let's take a look at the numbers on those two systems, though. It is now the remnant low of Humberto that we are continuing to see have 70-mile-an-hour maximum sustained winds. So again, still a very windy system, but this is a system that is clearly falling apart. No longer showing any sort of tropical structure, just a mass of moisture around a very windy low pressure center that is racing away from North America at about 23 miles an hour. Imelda, following fairly close behind, again is expected to work its way over Bermuda late tonight into the early hours of tomorrow morning. Currently a Category 2 hurricane with 100-mile-an-hour maximum sustained winds, gusts up to 120 miles an hour, and it is moving northeast at about 20 miles an hour. Now that fast movement speed will be doing us some favors, should help take Imelda away from eastern North Carolina a little bit faster, but again anticipating still rough beach conditions for at least another day tomorrow, possibly even extending into Friday and perhaps Saturday. But for now, again, things will improve as we head closer to the weekend. Another breezy day on tap for tomorrow, and then we slow those winds down a bit for Friday and Saturday. Slim chance of rain coming in on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week, but by Wednesday, we'll be tracking a stronger cold front that will bring just not only a better opportunity for thunderstorms, but also an opportunity for just heavier rain showers and some thunderstorms moving through the area. Overnight lows over the next few nights down in the mid-50s, so if you're just itching for that nice, cool, crisp morning wake up, we will have it across eastern North Carolina at least until we get into Monday of next week. For now, though, let's enjoy that drier and cooler air while it is here. That's all we have time for today's 1 p.m. News and Weather Update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Supreme Choice.